Welcome everyone. This is Rob Sanders from Simplilearn, and today we're going to talk about Mailchimp. So we're going to go through the features and benefits of using Mailchimp as your email content platform. So buckle up and let's get started with Mailchimp. So the first thing you need to do is sign up for an account with Mailchimp, and that's simply just providing an email address, an ID, and a password. And I recommend when you actually sign up for an account, you sign up with the free plan first. And let's take a look at what the plan features are for Mailchimp. So I'm recommending the free plan, but when you actually sign up, you have the option to actually pay for a plan. So you have the essential, the standard, the premium, or the free. And so I recommend you go with the free version first. It's like buying a car. You want to test drive it out, see if you like it, see if you like the features and benefits. And you can see here that with the free plan, you get a lot of features and benefits. So you get all the basics for businesses that are just getting started. So if you're just getting started with email marketing, I would recommend the free plan here because you have a 2,000 contact maximum. So that means you can send out an email to your 2,000 recipients free of charge. So not a bad deal for businesses who are starting out. I mean, if you are prepared, you've used Mailchimp before, then go ahead and sign up for one of the paid versions. Each version has a different set of standards, a different set of features and benefits. From the essential all the way up to the premium, where you're going to get advanced features and more customization. But that's $299 a month. So if you're not prepared to pay that amount, then my recommendation, start with that free plan. Now, when you actually do set up your account, you're just gonna, again, provide a ID, email address, and password. You're going to go through a couple of steps. And one of these steps that I would recommend you do right away is connect to your Facebook and Twitter accounts. So if you already have a Facebook and Twitter account, very simple. All you're doing is authorizing Mailchimp to connect to the account. And the reason for that is when you actually connect your Twitter, Facebook account, you'll be able to then, share content on those platforms, and Mailchimp will do that for you automatically. Okay, so here you're just asking it to more or less interact with the platform, social platform. And I recommend doing that as you're going through the setup process. Very simple to do. If you're already logged into your Twitter or Facebook account, all you need to do is click on the plus button as you go through the setup wizard and authorize Mailchimp to access your Twitter or Facebook account. Here you can see what Mailchimp's going to be able to do. They're going to be able to read tweets from your timeline, post tweets for you on your behalf if you want them to. You're going to allow Mailchimp to see, create, and manage your advertising data, including the campaigns and audiences. And the reason for this is you may want to integrate your email marketing efforts with your social media efforts. And the great thing about Mailchimp is, hey, look, if you want to post content on these platforms, you'll be able to. If you want to leverage other benefits from Facebook and Twitter and integrate them with Mailchimp, you'll be able to. So having these two platforms, in the case of Facebook and Twitter, talk to Mailchimp is a positive, because then you'll be able to do a little bit more, get your message out there a little bit more. So I highly recommend you take this as a necessary step when you're going through the setup. Now, it's optional, you don't have to, but I recommend it. Now, when you're actually setting up your account, you're going to be asked to, design a template. Okay, so you could pick a template. Just by default, you could pick one just to get the account going, but you can always go back and add or change out the template. So here you can see I'm in the setup wizard, but I arbitrarily just chose a template. I can go back and choose some of the templates that are available to me. Now, again, you can create your own template if you want to. Okay, so you just click Create Template, and you'll be, asked to choose kind of a, template that you can pretty much change and customize. So if you're thinking about sending out an email with an announcement, then that's the type of template you want to choose. And so here, now you can see we have a logo, we can change the announcement here, we can add photos, etc. So if I want to add my logo, I'm just going to go up to this top portion here, click that little pencil icon that'll allow me to edit. Here you can see it's the default logo. I don't really have a logo, so I can say replace it. I can also link to it. And here you can see in the Content Studio of Mailchimp, I don't have any images to choose from, so I'm going to go ahead and upload one. And I'm going to go ahead and upload my logo that I've had on my desktop. Okay, so it's going to upload, and now I can select that and insert it. So now I have my logo as part of my template here. And you can also see you can add some styling here to this header part, so I can add a nice border around that. Okay, so I can align it center. I can go edge to edge. Okay, so I can customize the image in this particular template here. So I'm just going to click save and close. Now I'm ready to move on to the next part, which is just click on edit. I want to make an announcement. Okay, share your big news. Okay, we are having a launch party. Okay, so here you can see, again, just in this template, these quote unquote announcement template, I'm able to just make changes to each section. Now I'm in the section of the announcement part where I can now customize the text. And you can see I can, bold it. I can choose a different font, go Arial. I can choose the size. You can make it smaller, larger. Pretty easy to use. I could, again, style it with a different color. And so I can make multiple columns here if I want to. So there's a lot you can do just in this one section as well. So let's go ahead and just do one more thing here. Let's maybe color it or something. I mean, you can see I can add a link. Let's go ahead and make it blue. That's the background. So I want to change the background. So I'm just going to click Control Z. I'll change the color of the font itself. There you go. Very simple and easy to use. Now I can add photos here if I want to. So let's go ahead and edit this bottom part here. So I'm going to click again the edit icon. Okay, so here you can see I have 3 images in the template. I'm going to go ahead and add to that. So here I can go ahead and upload some files. So I have some files waiting for me on my desktop. I'm just going to go ahead and add them and upload them to the Content Studio. And now that I've uploaded them, I can select one of them to insert. Okay, now I'm going to go here, insert the second one. And now I'm going to grab the third one and insert that in its place. Here you can see now I can go ahead and, style each one of these if I want to. Okay, I can add a border again. Okay, I can go ahead and do rounded corners. Okay, settings. You can see how I can set it up so they're all vertical. I can do this. So I have a lot of flexibility in what I add to these particular, templates. Okay, this is again just the announcement template. And so now I'm going to click save and close. And here you can see I can add some other things to it if I wanted to. I can play around with the design and header. And once I'm done, really, if I'm happy with my email, I can just close it out and I'm done. So what I could do now is when you're done with this template, you can just preview and test it. So I could send a test email or enter preview mode. So if I enter preview mode, this is what the template I've chose is going to look like if I happen to send it out. Okay, so this is what it looks like on desktop. This is what it looks like on mobile. And if I go inbox preview, I'll need to upgrade my account because I'm on the free version. So, but I can certainly see what it looks like on mobile and desktop. So I'm just going to click out of that. And this is a template. And so I can go back and edit this anytime I want. So when I'm done, I'm just going to go ahead and click the Mailchimp icon in the upper left. It's going to ask me to name my template. So I'm going to name this the announcement template. I'm going to click save. And now it's in my templates. So I'm free to use this template anytime I'm ready to send an email. Okay, and again, you saw how easy it was to make a change in the template itself. So when I'm ready to use the template, I can just go ahead and grab it. Okay, and again, I can go ahead and style it and design it any way I want. So you have different sections of the page that you can style. And here you got, mobile style designs if you wanted to. Now, if you wanted to in the template, if I want to duplicate the whole block, I can duplicate that whole block and you can see it just copied it, or I can just get rid of it. It's a very easily to use WYSIWYG, if you will, or interface. It allows, Mailchimp allows for some easy, functionality, easy features to go ahead and manipulate and change to your liking. Okay, so again, I'm working with a template here. So anytime I'm ready to use that template for an email, I can go in and start using it. Okay, and if I go to templates, again, I'm going to find my template here. I can always edit it. I can always share it. I can always preview it. I can replicate it. And that's the important thing. So if I replicate it, I'm basically creating a copy of it. Okay, so I just created a copy. So now if I wanted to create or change the copy of it, I can do that. So if I don't like this whole block, I can just delete it. And now that I'm done, I can rename this. I'm just going to say announcement template v2. So now it's been renamed. And now I have 2 templates just simply by choosing one and replicating it. So again, if I go back to templates here I go, I have my 2 templates. And I can store these in a folder. So I'm going to add a folder. I'm going to call it announcements. And I'm going to add the folder. And that's it. So now I can store these in the folder. So you can organize all your templates in different folders if you want to. So I'm going to take these 2 templates here, move them to my announcements folder, and there you go. They're in the announcements folder. So if you're going to create multiple templates, then I would recommend you go ahead and organize it. Create folders, and set up as many folders as you want and need. It's because you're going to probably have different templates for different occasions. Depends on what type of email you're sending out. So I just chose arbitrarily an announcement type email. So now if I go back to create templates, okay, you can see again, let's go through some of these others. Again, I just chose make an announcement. You can tell a story, follow up, educate. You got all sorts of different templates that you could choose. All sorts. And here you got some themes. So you can even go with a theme if you wanted to. So for example, if you're selling products, let's just say you have a boutique store. Let's just choose this boutique template. If I choose this, here is my themed template. And so now, just like the other template I was working in, I can go ahead and edit this. Here you can see at the top, I got the middle section, I got all these different sections that I can now go ahead and edit. So it's just it's about choosing a theme template that works best for you, and feel free to, try these different templates out and see what works best for you. So here you can add in certain things like, social share. So if I just drag and drop, I can add in a social share image card. So a lot of these themes are very flexible in what you can do. Terms of the design, in terms of the content. So again, if you go back, and I'm going to cancel and not save this temp. Well, let's save it. We'll call it boutique. We may use it again in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and click save. And now it's a template. It's going to be located in templates. And again, if you always want to access templates, just go to templates. You'll see the templates that you already have created and edited. So you can edit them always just by clicking the edit button. Now that's, again, if you want to create a new template, just click on the create new template call to action. And again, you got themes, you've got layouts, or you can even create your own from scratch. You can import another template that you created in another email marketing platform, or you could just do everything from scratch in HTML. So you have 3 different options here: layouts, themes, and creating a template on your own. Okay, and that's either by importing or by creating it from scratch. Okay, my recommendation, I like some of the layouts that Mailchimp has. You can see a lot of flexibility here, and when you actually choose one, again, you're in full control of how to design and message it. So you're in full control of that. So if you just want to, again, tell a story, I'm going to select this template here. Okay, now I'm on the free version, so keep in mind with the free version, I don't have access to all the templates. So here I got to upgrade to use this one. But for example, if I don't see the message upgrade to use, then I'm free to grab it. So you can see the one column I'm free to use. So I'm just going to select that. And now I have this template available to me. So again, I'm free to edit this one as I see fit. I mean, I can go ahead and again, drop in any one of these elements that are available to me here. I'm going to drop in my social block. Okay, so here you can see I can now customize my social block. If I want to add in another platform, I can do that. Social media platform. Click save and close. So you can see they're very customizable. All of these themes and layouts are very customizable. And again, when you're done, it's just a matter of you can preview it or test it. You can enter preview mode, or you can send yourself a test email. Okay, so if you send yourself a test email, you can actually see how it looks when it comes in. So let's go ahead and do that here. So I'm just going to send myself a test email, and the email's been sent. So let's go check our inbox. So here is the email that I just created from the theme. You can see here, all I did simply when I edited, I just dropped in my social block in here. So this is what the email looks like. And the great thing about Mailchimp is they have an option that you can view the email in a browser if you can't or don't want to look at it in this case, I'm looking at Gmail. So you can always, or recipients can always view the email in a browser versus the email client that they're using in specific. Now, when it comes to completing your profile on Mailchimp, you're going to need an audience to send these emails to. And so when you click on audience here, if you don't have an audience already imported into Mailchimp, you're going to be asked to import. So you can see I already have one contact. That contact's me because I added my email address on that test email. So Mailchimp's smart enough to say, okay, we don't have this email address in our contact list, so we're going to add them. So here we can see we can manage our audience. So we can add subscribers, we can import contacts, we can have sign-up forms, and we can manage our contacts. So if we import our contacts, if I click on import, here I'm going to be asked to import either from a CSV or copy and paste. Or I can just go ahead and integrate it. So if I choose, for example, any one of these, then it's going to pull in the contacts I have there. And so it's up to you how you import your contacts. Now, the whole point of contacts is you want to probably, or really not probably, it's a best practice to actually create different lists so that you can use different audience lists with different emails. And so here you can see I have one email address. I can again import contacts, or I can add them individually. So I can add subscribers here. Okay, that's another option. That's the slower option. My recommendation be import them. But when you import, make sure you're importing lists that have some commonality so you can manage those lists. So if you have one list that are, say, clients who have never purchased, then you want to create a list for them. If you have clients who have purchased, separate those out. Okay, so that's the way I would go about it. Now, if you're trying to build a list, Mailchimp has what they call sign-up forms. So you have different forms that you can embed or have as a pop-up. And when people add their email address to that form, then it's automatically going to get added to your Mailchimp account. So that's a great feature in Mailchimp that allows you to, build out your audience just by using one of their forms. So again, we have a subscriber pop-up. You've probably seen some of these on some of the websites you've gone to. So you can customize it. And if you want somebody to subscribe to your newsletter, for example, all they need to do is enter in their email address and click subscribe. Okay, that's the pop-up version. Now, again, you have the opportunity to, use other forms as well. So you got a form builder here, or an embedded form, okay, or you can integrate the form. Okay, so if I click form integrations, here I can use Wufoo or Squarespace. I can integrate with them. If I go back to sign up forms, if I choose form builder, here I have a sign up form, and then I can customize that form with different boxes, okay, or fields. Okay, so whatever field I want somebody to add information to, I can have that in there, and then this form could be, on your website. So that's the great feature about Mailchimp, is it helps you build an audience. So I can add this form to my website, and anybody who fills out that form is going to be added to my subscriber list that I can use for future emails. To take that a step further, I can even go from building a form to building a landing page. So here you can see if I click on audience, I can go ahead at the bottom right here, I have an option to create a landing page. So if I click on that, just like everything else in Mailchimp, it's fairly easy to use. I'm just going to name it test, click begin. Here I can choose my audience. Again, what audience do I want to add these emails to? I click begin and I'm going to accept. And here now I have all these different templates that I can use as a landing page. So if you want to use these landing pages to collect emails, and those emails are going to be added to your audience, then you have a nice selection here at your disposal. Okay, so here I'm just going to choose one, grow my list. Okay, this is a landing page. So I can customize it just like I do with my email template. I can add my logo. Okay, I can start adding different fields here, like an image. I can drop an image here. Okay, I can go ahead and, drop in my social shares. Okay, I can drop in a text box. Okay, and then I can start customizing it with some text, some imagery, some other information. Again, this is a landing page that I can then add to my website. And so anytime somebody goes to the landing page and fills out their email address and hits subscribe, it's going to be added to that audience list. And then I can turn around and send an email using one of Mailchimp's templates to that audience. So Mailchimp really does a great job of allowing you to grow your list within your own website via a landing page, a form submission or forum, or pop-up. So there are lots of different options available to us. So I'm going to click Save and Close here, and now this landing page is available to me. So I can customize the URL, I can edit the audience that these emails go to, I can add a page title, and again, I can edit the design. So I can really make this an integrated part of my website by designing it so it fits the feel and look of my website. I can add a specific URL, and I can add a nice page title to it. So Mailchimp again does a great job of just making it so easy for you to build out a landing page for you to use on your website to collect email addresses. So if you're doing a pay-per-click campaign on Facebook or Google, you can actually drive traffic to these landing pages and get people to fill out a form submission. And when they fill out the form submission, that email address is going to get added to your audience. That's an option. Or you could just add it as part of your website, and people who go there from, say, organic search can find that page and add their email address organically. So that's a great thing about the audience feature in Mailchimp, in that not only can you select an email template, but you have options to grow your audience. Okay, again, importing contacts. You can simply just add contacts. You can add, a form submission via pop-up or regular form fields to your website, or you can add a landing page. So it's important to note that in Mailchimp, if you go to the Content Studio, that's where you're going to find all the files that you have added to all your templates or landing pages that you used before. So if I click on Content Studio here you can see the files I've added to my templates. If you have products, you can add your products here. Okay, so if you have an e-commerce store, you can certainly add your products, and then those products can be used on your landing page or your email templates. You have something called a Giphy. You can insert these into any of your emails, make it fun, exciting, engaging. Here you have Instagram. So what you can do is you can integrate, any one of your Instagram accounts. If you have multiple accounts, or if you have one Instagram account, you can integrate that one Instagram account in with your Mailchimp account. And when you do that, it's going to pull in all the images that you've had on Instagram. And then you have an opportunity here just to add a logo. Okay, so you can use any of your Instagram images within your emails. Use one of these cool Giphies. Again, you can import your products that you can use for your email templates, or just keep tabs on all the files that you've added before just by clicking on My Files. Now, when you get to the point of building different audience lists and sending out emails, you're going to have the option to look at reporting to see how those emails perform for those specific audiences. Now, again, an audience is a set, it's like a segment. These are a set of individuals who are going to receive a specific email. So in this example, you can see I have different audiences. And if we look at, say, any one of these audiences, or even just go to all audiences, we'll be able to see how we fared on some of our emails. Okay, so for example, if I send out an email here in April, and this is April of 2019, I can see how many total subscribers I've had. Now, along with the number of subscribers you have what we call open rate and click-through rate. Now, we explain a lot of the reporting and the specific email metrics in another recording that we did last week. So if you're interested in learning more about some of the metrics, then check out the video that we have on YouTube, Email Marketing Tutorial. We recorded this last week. Go into details about all the different metrics you can learn about with email marketing. So take a look at this video, Email Marketing Tutorial. It'll be a nice precursor to the Mailchimp tutorial. So to give you some insights as to what metrics to really pay attention to with email marketing. But in Mailchimp, we know we can look at the total number of subscribers. We know that we have how many opens, and we know what the open rate is, and again, the total number of clicks and what the click-through rate is. Okay, so with Mailchimp, very easy, you just hover over it, you get the raw number, and then the percentage. So open rate is how many people actually open that email based on the total number of people that the email was sent to. So here we could see in this particular email last year in April, we've had 14%, 14.1% to be exact, and that is 13,377 divided by 97,469. So that's how many people open the email. So 13,000 out of 97 is about 14%. Now, when somebody opens it, we hope they're going to click on it. And so here we got a 1.4% click-through rate. Again, that's the total number of clicks based on the total number of subscribers or people that were sent the email. And so Mailchimp just gives you a nice overview of how many subscribers were in this particular audience list, and then the open rate and click rate. So we can really dive in here and we can actually see how that particular email performs. So if we just pick one email here, we can just click view report. We have other options here. We can print, we can download, we can share it, the whole campaign, or just view the email. If we want to view what the email looked like, we can select that. So we just want to view the report. So we're going to click view report. And now we can get into some nice detailed information about the actual report itself. So again, here you can see total number of recipients. And this came from the audience list called newsletter. Okay, it was delivered last year, September 26, 2018. Again, I have the option to view it, download it, print it, or share it. So let's take a look and view the email to see what it looked like. Okay, so this is what the email looked like. We have our own template here. And here you can see it takes into account some of the best practices involved with email marketing. You know, we have some nice content, imagery, some call to action here, some other links. Okay, we have our social icons. Okay, so that's what the email looked like. Okay, so we'll go back and we're going to click view report. Now we want to view the report. Again, here's what it looked, here's when it was sent. Okay, the open rate for this was 21%. Click-through rate was 4%. So for us, the list average, this list here, newsletter, the average was for the open rate 16.8%. So we're above the average on this email. For the click-through rate, the list average is 2.7. So we're above the average. So we've done a good job on this email, at least generating more opens, more clicks. And Mailchimp even takes that a step further. They'll even show you what the industry average is for your particular industry. And in this case, for education and training. So we did better than the industry average for both the open rate and for the click-through rate. So we could see some other specifics. We could see the raw numbers of opens, clicks, how many people bounced, meaning the email address wasn't valid anymore. And so Mailchimp does a good job of any email that actually bounces, it'll be scrubbed and removed from your list. And then here you can see 347 unsubscribed. So the thing about, Mailchimp is we want to be careful we don't have too many unsubscribes, and also people abusing or reporting abuse, meaning you don't want to send out an email multiple times a week where it gets to the point where it's spammy. And so you want to avoid a high number of unsubscribes and a high number of abuse reports. And so here you can see most emails are open within a 24-hour period, and then it kind of just tails off. So here we can see opens and clicks based on the time of day. So within a 24-hour period. Okay, so this is how most emails operate. Within that first 24 hours, you're going to get a lot of opens, a lot of clicks. And then it's going to tail off from there. Great thing is Mailchimp provides me more detailed information about what was clicked. So I could see here the top links that were clicked. And let me just point one thing out here. Whether you use Mailchimp or you use any other platform, whether that be vertical response or any other type of email marketing platform, you want to use UTM tracking with your links so that Google Analytics can pick up the actual campaign. So here you can see we have UTM tracking appended to our links. And let me just go into detail on that for just a minute. So Mailchimp again gives us nice data on open and click-through rates. But when we send out an email and people actually do click on one of these links, they're going to go to our website. And from there, Google Analytics is going to take over on the tracking. So this is as far as Mailchimp goes. So we want to be able to bridge the gap between Mailchimp reporting and Google Analytics, meaning when they came from the email went to the site, did they convert? Meaning, did they download something? Did they purchase something? And so we want to be able to bridge the gap, and UTM tracking, which is simply appending the original URL with some tracking parameters named UTM, it allows us to bridge that gap. So all you need to do when you set up a Mailchimp campaign is just go to URL Builder in Google. Then you're going to click on Campaign URL Builder. And we're going to go ahead and set up an email campaign. So for example, if we go back here, this was the original URL. So if I just copy this original URL here and paste that as part of my website URL. What's my campaign source? I'm going to put Mailchimp. What's my medium? I'm going to put email. So Mailchimp is the source of where the traffic came from. The medium, the means in which they arrived at our website, was via email. And then the campaign name, we're just going to put maybe whatever it is, summer promo. So with the URL builder, you have 5 parameters for UTM tracking. You don't have to use all 5. Okay, so here we need to put in the URL and we need to put in the source. But the other 4 parameters, medium, name, term, and content, are optional. So you don't have to put anything there, but the more parameters you put in, the more specific it is for you to track the behavior of that email campaign. So here I can see Mailchimp, email, summer promo, and then for the content, I can use that to differentiate my subject lines. So when you send out an email, we mentioned this in the email marketing tutorial, you always want to send out multiple subject lines, meaning one list gets one subject line, another list gets a second subject line, because you want to be able to measure open rates based on subject lines. So I can use the campaign content parameter for different subject lines. And notice the URL builder, once I enter in my parameters, it's going to append the original URL with a new URL appended with UTM tracking. So if I copy that, I can simply just paste that in my browser just to see if it works. And here you can see it works. The page loaded the original URL with UTM tracking. And so that's exactly what you want to do, because when you're looking at your reports in Mailchimp, it's going to show me the top links that were clicked. Now, if I go into analytics, I want to be able to see how that campaign or how that link actually performed. So let's take a look at that real quick. So if I go to my Google Analytics account and I go to acquisition, campaigns, all campaigns, what am I looking for? Well, if I click on source and medium are 2 of the parameters for UTM tracking. I'm going to look for Mailchimp. So here I can see my original URL, Mailchimp, and then the date stamp, and then the medium's email. So if I go back here, I can see, for example, any one of these Mailchimp emails that went out, and then I can see how many people actually came from the email, what the bounce rate was, meaning if they arrived on the site, did they leave after arriving or did they actually go to another page? And then I could see other engagement data like how many pages they looked at, how much time did they spend? More importantly, did they convert? So that's the whole idea behind using UTM tracking. Because with UTM tracking, you can bridge the gap from open rate, click-through rate, to behavior on the website, all the way through to the conversion. And that's what we want to measure. We want to measure, did somebody go from the email, open it, click on one of the links, go to the website, engage on the website, and convert. And so that's the whole idea behind UTM tracking. Because Mailchimp and any other email marketing platform is only going to give you, at most, your open rates and your click-through rates. Okay, so here we could see the top links clicked. I see 4,000 recipients clicked on this email. They went to the site, and now I need analytics to kind of tell me the rest. And here I can see what subscribers had the most opens. And if I integrated social, I can see some social performance. And so that goes back to our original setup. So if you integrate your Twitter account or your Facebook account, you'll be able to integrate that email in with your Twitter, and then from there I'll be able to see, tweets or how many likes, for example. And to top it all off, I can see how many people from around the world clicked on the email. So that's reporting in a nutshell on Mailchimp. Reports are fairly easy to look at, all sorts of other information like links, specifically links. You can look at social. So if I click on the social tab here, if I integrated my social, I can look at social reporting. Likewise for e-commerce. And notice the Analytics 360, I can integrate Google Analytics in with Mailchimp if I want to. So I have all sorts of options on my reporting. So that's it for Mailchimp. I mean, it's fairly easy to navigate. You have all the campaigns that you've sent out. So if you just click on campaigns, I'll be able to see all the campaigns I've set up and all the campaigns that have been sent. And obviously the ones that have been sent, I can start looking at reports. I can pick and choose templates. Okay, I can pick and choose my audience and manage my audience. Okay, I can see what the growth is from my audience. Again, I have different options to grow my audience. Okay, I can certainly add form submissions, landing pages, sign up forms, I can import more contacts, and I can manage them through different lists. The Content Studio is where all your files are going to be located, okay, from the files you've uploaded to e-commerce products to Giphies to Instagram to my logo. And then you have reports. And the reports are there for you to measure the performance of your email campaigns once they've been sent. So you can look at them from reports or just from the main campaigns view. That's pretty much it. So if you're ready to go at it again, click that create button, click that template, choose that audience. You can go ahead and send yourself that test email when you're ready. Go ahead and send that email off to your audience. It's that simple in Mailchimp. So I want to thank you for paying attention. If you have any comments, feel free underneath this video to go ahead and add them. We'd love to hear from you. Any tips and advice you have for Mailchimp, feel free to share with other subscribers to Simplilearn's YouTube channel. We'd love to hear from you. We'll respond accordingly. And we want to thank you again for paying attention. If you need more information, please visit us at simplilearn.com. Thank you.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.